What's going on, everyone? I'm kind of sitting on a hill, so hopefully the camera is kind of leveling it out. I don't know how it's going to look, but we have a new Night Stalker build. I'm calling this one the Night Stalker 2.0. So we just got a new nighttime scope from Rix Optics. We're going to be talking about it in just a second. But yeah, CZ600 trail in 300 blackout, 16-inch barrel. We have obviously the Rix Tourer T20, a very good scope. I got the chance to check it out last night. It works very well in the dark. Couple specs here for the Tourer T20 on the box. We have the 1024 by 768 OLED display. This thing is going to be really clear. 60 frames per second on the monitor here, or display, whatever you want to call it. 60 frames per second, so when you're going between targets, it's going to look pretty fluid. Super long battery life on this one. We have 14 hours of operating time. I had this thing out all night last night looking down the power lines. We saw some deer. Still like pretty much fully charged. We have an IP68 waterproof rating and then 1500 G's of impact resistance. So in the box, pretty nice packaging. Couple complaints of some of the accessories. The scope is very good, but some of the accessories like the rings, not so great. They included these rings. These are Weaver style rings. They really weren't going to work that well on my Picatinny rail, so I decided to order a Monstrum like $30 scope base, and this thing works fine. So yeah, Weaver rings. I probably would recommend, unless you have a Weaver rail, get some different rings if you're going to get one of these. Also, the IR illuminator clamp, I could not get this thing to clamp down right. I don't know if I'm probably just doing it wrong. So for the IR illuminator, I just took a 45-degree offset mount that I had and then a 1-inch scope ring, and I just kind of clamped it to the end of the flashlight, and then it holds it pretty steady, and then you can still have access to the button and unscrew to get the battery out and stuff like that. So you do get a USB-C charging cable. We also have one of these. This will actually clamp to your scope, and then you can use the IR straight off of your scope. Get a little cleaning cloth. Everybody loves a good cleaning cloth. You do get an included battery and charger for the illuminator, but the internal batteries in here just charge off of the USB-C. If you are thinking about getting one of these, I would personally recommend, especially if you're putting it on an AR or something like this with a Picatinny rail, definitely go ahead and spend 30 bucks and get the Monstrum rail from Amazon. It's super cheap. It's really solid. I mean, it holds up. And then, like I said, for the illuminator, you could use that piece that clamps it straight to the scope. So other than that, like the accessories aside, this is a great scope. So the resolution is 1920 by 1080. That's going to record in 1920 by 1080, 60 frames per second. You can also change that to save space on your card. 50mm objective lens, 4.8 degree field of view at 100 yards. So the optical zoom is 3.5 times, and then you have a digital zoom of 1 to 4. Just basically meaning 3.5 times 4, that's 14. That is going to be your max zoom. So eye relief, 50mm, that's about 2-ish inches. There is an app that you can download where you can adjust all of the scope settings and record and check out your videos all from the app. Here's some of the physical specs. IP68 waterproof, we already said that. Operating temperature, -4 degrees to 122 degrees, so it's going to be great for most applications. It is a bit heavy, weighing in at 2.09 pounds. Your dimensions are looking at about 15.3 inches long, 3.2 inches wide, and 2.8 inches tall. So there's tons of features on this scope, guys. I cannot go over every single thing. This video would be like an hour long. But if you guys want to check out the full instruction manual, it will be on Rix's website. You can just get it as a PDF and look through it if you're actually curious on everything. But I'll try to go over most of the stuff that I've used. All right, everyone, we're going to shoot it a little bit. I'm just at like 25 yards. I zeroed this thing for 50 yesterday, and I'll throw in the little dual screen action so you guys can see what's going on downrange. And what's really cool about this scope is even if you don't have it in IR mode, if it's like dusk where there's still a little bit of light outside, but you can't really see with your naked eye, this is going to go ahead and amplify that light, and it's going to make it look like daytime even when it's pretty dark out. So in the daytime, you're going to want to have the brightness all the way up. At nighttime, if you have the brightness all the way up, it's really going to disorient you. You're going to be looking at that bright screen, and if you come off of it, you're going to be seeing purple spots, you know what I mean? I just like to turn it all the way up in the daytime. Plus, downrange, it's a little bit darker because of the trees, so it just makes it easier to see. And then you can also adjust your contrast. I'm going to click record on the scope now. So we are recording. I also wanted to mention, if you forget to click record, this scope actually has a feature. It's called auto record on recoil. So say you took a shot at an animal, but you forgot to press record. If you have the auto record setting on, it's gonna go ahead and record a few seconds before and after the shot. We're gonna go ahead and take a few shots at our infinity target down there, and I'll show you kind of the zoom. So right now we're at 3.5 power. We go to 4, 4.5, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 8.5. Well, it doesn't go exactly linearly, but yeah, it goes from 3.5 to 14. So we do have the focus ring on the end of the scope here. So we'll go ahead and get a shot off here. That first round pop is very loud. The next one will be so loud. So the bullet impacted pretty close to where I was aiming. I'm going to go ahead and aim in the top A zone there. Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, 25 and 50 yards is not too far off. So we got some headshots. We'll go ahead and get another one. Show you this scope is very, very accurate. So, I mean, triple hole right there in the head. There is like 5 different zero adjustments. So let's say you have one set up for supers, one set up for subs. You could definitely just easily switch between your 2 zero adjustments, or you could use those for like different guns. So say you had one on your 300 blackout, and then you had 1 zero set up for maybe your 308 or something similar like that. So you just swap the scope to a different gun, change your zero setting, and then you'll be back in business. So let's go ahead and take out that speed bag down there. Oh, that one freaking bounced off the ground. All right, we'll get a nice solid grip here in the A zone. Might have pulled that one a little bit. So, I mean, the scope is very accurate. You're not gonna have like any weird shift. And I'll take one more shot. We're just gonna aim here in the clear paper so you guys can see like the point of impact versus point of aim. Hold it super steady. So, I mean, it's pretty much dead on. Because it won't let me go into the settings while recording, I just kind of want to talk to you about a few other things. So we can change the reticle color. There's green, black, red, blue, and yellow. You can also change the reticle shape. There's a bunch of different reticle shapes. All right, guys, so that's pretty much all the features. You can also access all of those features from the app without having to go through the buttons on your scope. I do have some nighttime clips from last night that I'll throw in. Really nice scope. The price tag on these is coming in at about $600. It is fairly expensive, but not really compared to some other ones that are going for upwards of like $1,200. Really nice scope for the money. It's not going to be as cheap as the Triton Starstrike that we did a review on, but this is a lot better quality. The image quality alone is really nice. The one issue I had with it were the accessories like the scope rings and the IR clamp. Could have done without those. It is nice they included something, but I mean $30 for this monster mount is really, really good. And then, like I said, I already had the scope ring and the 45-degree offset mount. That's mainly what you're paying for is the optic. You're not really... The accessories are just kind of like a toss in. So final thoughts on the Tourer T20 from Rix Optics. Great optic for the money. I mean, $600 is a little steep, but compared to some other ones, I think it's a great price point. So if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know. Let me know if you guys like the scope. Let me know if you'd be interested in getting one. Why or why not. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hopefully I went over everything. I tried to go over everything at least. So if you guys watched all the way till the end of the video, comment your favorite type of deli meat. And that's going to be it. Hope you guys liked the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.